to another story time. I am so excited to be here with you guys. We are in a brand new month, which means we have a brand new theme for everybody. And last month we had a really fun time. We were talking about Ice Cream Sunday, and our whole plan and our whole bottom line for last month was God has a plan for me. And we talked about Joseph and his life and how God throughout it always had a plan. No matter what, good or bad, God had a plan for him. This month, for the month of October, our theme is Sing in the Rain. And our bottom line is God has it. So when I ask God's got it. When I ask who's got it, you guys respond with God's got it. You ready? Who's got it? God's got it. Awesome. So all month long, we're going to learn how God's got it. God has us. God, just continuing our theme from last month, God has a plan for us. And when it seems like there's nothing and we're not going to go anywhere, things are really, really bad, we always know that God's got it. So today, our story comes from the book of Daniel. And if it's in the Bible, we know that it's true. Very good. So our story today comes from the book of Daniel, and it is about 3 young men named Hananiah, Mischael, and Azaraiah, or as you may know them, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These 3 young men were young Israelite men who were taken out of their homeland, brought to the city and the area of Babylon, and that is where they lived. And while they were there, they got favor with King Nebuchadnezzar. And during that time, they became officials. They became people that were part of King Nebuchadnezzar's court until one day, and this is where our story begins. One day, King Nebuchadnezzar had some other officials around him saying, "Oh, great king, you are so magnificent. You should have a statue of yourself. Because you're all powerful, you're super cool, you're super awesome, you need a statue of yourself." And so being a king, he was like, of course I need a statue of myself. So what did King Nebuchadnezzar do? He built himself a giant statue. This thing was huge. And then he made a decree, which is kind of another word for a rule or a law. And he said, whenever you hear the trumpets, so we're going to go doo-doo-doo, whenever you hear trumpets, you have to bow down to my statue. And what it means is you are praising me as the king. You're saying, I'm the coolest person. I'm the best person that there is. I am the ruler of all. So when we hear the trumpets, doo-doo-doo, you have to bow down to me and my statue. And so when the time came for King Nebuchadnezzar to unveil this big, giant, beautiful statue, all of the people in Babylon came together, and our friends Hananiah, Mischael, and Azaraiah were there as well, because remember, they're important people, so they had to be at a big, important event. So they all came, and trumpets sounded. Doo-doo-doo! Everybody bowed down, but Hananiah, Mischael, and Azaraiah. And again, the trumpet sounded. Doo-doo-doo! And they still didn't bow down. Finally, the other officials who said, you need a statue, came and were like, why aren't you bowing down? And they said, we're not going to bow down to a statue. We serve one God. And they said, we're going to sound the trumpets again. You need to bow down. What did they do? Doo-doo-doo! Still, they didn't. So the men were getting really angry, and they went over to King Nebuchadnezzar and they said, your 3 young men, Hananiah, or Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, are not listening, and you need to punish them. And so King Nebuchadnezzar comes to them and says, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, why aren't you bowing down? What is going on? And they said, oh, great king, we are not going to serve you. We serve one true God. We serve one God, and we're going to follow him. So we are not going to bow down. And King Nebuchadnezzar tried to reason with him. He says, we're going to sound him one more time. If you don't bow down, I'm going to throw you into a fiery furnace. And they said, oh, great king, even if we die in that fiery furnace, we're still not going to bow down. You can blow those trumpets, but we're not going to bow down. So what does King Nebuchadnezzar do? Do-do-do! And he sounds the trumpets one more time, and still Hananiah, Mishael, and Azaraiah did not fall down and bow down before the statue. Now the king, being so angry with them that they were disobeying his rules, disobeying his laws, he grabbed the men or he didn't grab them, but he had guards grab the men and they took them over to the fiery furnace. But before they even got there, the fire furnace, King Nebuchadnezzar said, I want this to be 7 times hotter than it already is. It was already really, really hot, my friends. And he made it 7 times hotter than it already was. So these 3 guards, they took Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, and they threw them into this fiery furnace. They rolled over the stone, and they tossed them on in. But because, again, it was so hot, all of the guards carrying Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, they dropped dead because it was so hot. But here's the awesome thing, and this is where we know that God's got it. They threw Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah in the furnace, and they didn't burn up. All of the flames were all around them, and I'm sure it was a little warm, but they weren't touched one bit. And finally, somebody looked at King Nebuchadnezzar and said, "O king, how many people did we throw in that furnace?" And King Nebuchadnezzar thought, and he said, "Well, we threw in Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego." And he said, "But great king, there are 4 people now in that furnace." And when they looked, sure enough, not only did they see Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, but they saw a 4th person who we now know later was Jesus. Jesus met the young men in the furnace, in all around the flames, and said, "I've got you. No matter what, I've got you. Because you're continuing to follow me, I've got you. You're not going to burn." And when King Nebuchadnezzar saw that, he was amazed. And so he called out to them, "Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, come on out!" And so they came out. They weren't touched by smoke. They weren't touched by dirt. They weren't touched by the flames. And King Nebuchadnezzar was so amazed and shocked that he said, "You absolutely serve the one true God." And he turned and he followed God himself. And that's our whole point, my friends, is we want to make sure that we are following God like Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. And we want to constantly know that no matter what happens in our lives, no matter what happens in our worlds, God's got it. So, who's got it? God's got it. Awesome. We've got some awesome stories for you this week. Or for this month. It's going to be awesome. We're going to continue our theme of God's got it and singing in the rain, even in the midst of rain, even in the midst of sadness and craziness and all kinds of things. We know that God's got it. I love you guys. Let's see what Ollie and his friends are up to.
Ho, ho! You know what time it is?
It's time to hear a story full of wonder. There's so much fun we'll have learning together. So let's go down to the clubhouse with Ollie and his friends. Let's go down to the clubhouse where wonder never ends at the Wonder Clubhouse. At the Wonder Clubhouse. Oh, hello there, friends. Welcome to the clubhouse. It's me, Manny. I'm happy to see you today, but I'm really sad that it's still raining outside. It's been raining for days and days now. I wonder if it'll ever stop. It's been raining so much, my socks are soaked, even when they were in my rain boots. It's been raining so much, my yard has these muddy puddles, and I dropped my favorite teddy bear in one. I really don't want to go back out in that rain again. Oh no, it's time to go home for lunch. Mom said to come home when the alarm goes off. That means leaving this warm, dry clubhouse and running home in all this rain.
Ho, ho!
Hey, it's Ollie.
Hello, Manny. Ho, ho! This rain has you feeling a little blue.
Hi, Ollie. It sure does. It's been raining for days and days now, and my mom needs me to come home for lunch. I know I need to do what she says, but I just don't want to get all wet.
Doing what you're told can be hard, it's true. I've got a story just for you. Just listen up. Just follow me through. Ho, ho.
Follow me through, follow me through, who? Ollie's got a Bible story for me and
you. Oh, hi, friends. I'm Justin the mailman. It's been such a rainy day. It's easy to get down sometimes when you're in the rain or when things don't go your way. But I've got a story that might help. Do you want to hear it? You do? Great. Let me just put the story mail in the mailbox. This story begins with a king named King Nebuchadnezzar. King Nebuchadnezzar thought he was the very best king there ever was, and he wanted everyone to know it. One day, he had an idea. He had his people make a giant golden statue of him. Now, when I say giant, I mean giant. Wow! Look at that! That is huge! And King Nebuchadnezzar loved it so much. So he told all of the people in the kingdom to gather around. Then he told them that every time the music played, I guess we need a little music. Can you guys help me? Get out your pretend trumpets like this. Bum, ba, da, bum. And when I say the word music, you play. Ready? Music! Bum, ba, da, bum. Perfect. Trumpets down. Okay, so the king told everyone every time the music played that he wanted everyone to bow down to the statue. That's great. Trumpets down. The king said that if you didn't bow down, he was going to throw you into the fire. Everyone say, dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Whoa. And the king was serious. So each day the music played and everyone in the crowd bowed down. Wait! Stop the music! Not everyone is bowing. How many people do you see standing? Can you count them? 1, 2, 3. Yes, there are 3 men that did not bow. Their names were Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They loved God and wanted to obey him. God had told them never to bow down to anyone but him. So they did not bow down to the statue. How do you think the king felt when he saw these 3 not bowing? Do you think he was happy? No! He was very mad. The king ordered Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego to be thrown into the fire. Everyone say, dun, 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 dun. Whoa, if I were them, I would be so afraid. But Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were not afraid. They knew that God was with them and that no matter what happens, God's got it. So they went into the fire. But then something happened. Look, how many people do you see? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 shadows. Someone else was in the fire. It was an angel sent by God to protect Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. How cool is that? And look at King Nebuchadnezzar. He is so amazed. He had never seen anything like this. And the king said, "Come out of the fire." So they all came out, and they weren't hurt at all. Wow! God was with them and saved them from the fire. From that day on, the king prayed only to God. What an incredible story! And don't forget that no matter what, God is always with us. God's got it. Oh, hey there, Ollie. Tell me, who's got it?
God's got it. Yes, it's true. Now let's hear it from you. Tell me, who's got it?
God's got it. That's the truth, friends. You better believe it. I'll see you next time.
So there's your story. It's all true. God was with the 3 friends, and he will be with you too.
Thanks, Ollie.
Goodbye to you. Hoo, hoo.
Wow, what a great story. God was with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego through a really scary time. God stayed with them and did not leave them. God is always with us too. I think I got the story. Did you get it? If you did, say got it. Get it? Got it! Good! Well, I know God will be with me in the rain, and I need to do what Mom says. So, here I go. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
God is with you wherever you go. Joshua 1:9. God is with you wherever you go. Joshua 1:9.